Now that you understand the difference between cash flow and capital gains, let's see how we can take that information and put it all together now. Now, what I'm about to show you is a combination of things that I've learned through both author Robert Kiyosaki and private lender and author George Antone. Now, I've given you three columns here. We have the capital gains column, the cash flow column, and the job column. In the cash flow column, our goal is to generate income from our investments. In the capital gains column, our goal is to build up equity, which we can then turn into cash to finance our cash flow deals. And lastly, the job column is where you bring money in to finance both the cash flow and capital gains column. Okay, so this is what the majority of the people investing today are doing. They're taking the money that they earn from their job and they are putting it directly into capital gains investments. Now, the flaw with this is that they can only make money if the market of the investment they're in continues to go up. Otherwise, they will be in serious trouble if the market takes a downturn. A combination of the last strategy has also been used. The idea is that you make money from your job, you put it into the capital gains column, and theoretically your equity will build up, which you can then transfer into the income column and live off the income from those investments. The problem is that if the market takes a downturn, then you could be in even worse shape than if you had just taken the money from your job and put it directly into the income column in the first place. One of the best and most balanced approaches a person could take is to divide the money they put into their investment column between cash flow and capital gains. That way they have a portion of their money in both. But you know what? Let's see if we could do just a bit better than that. This right here is arguably the safest and fastest way to build wealth. The goal is to take the money that you make from your job and bring it over here to the income column. And then start building that up to bring in income from the investments that you have. And just keep investing the income that you make from the income column back into the income column. And then once you have enough income coming out of there, you use that to finance your capital gains deals. And so you have money flowing into here, you have your job money flowing into here, and then use the money that you made from your income over here, again, to build up your equity. Once your equity is built up, you then transfer that back over here to the income column. Now, why is it recommended that you do it that way? This is, in fact, quite backwards compared to how it's being suggested people invest. Most people are actually investing so that they take the income from their job and put it into the capital gains market in hopes that they can then transfer it over there. The reason that it's recommended that you do it this way is that it's much safer. And I don't want to say guaranteed because it's not, but it's more guaranteed because regardless of if the markets go up or down, you will continue to have income coming in. And once you have enough of that coming in, then you could put it over here to the capital gains column. And the reason you want to use money from your investments is this. I have found that it is substantially less stressful if you're dealing with market fluctuations with money that you've made from your investments. If I've got money that I've made from my job, which I've worked really hard for, in my capital gains column, it is so much more stressful because you're watching the money go up and down and you're thinking about how much time and effort it took to get that money in there. Well, here, all you did is just have it be produced on its own time, and now that you have it coming into here, it's a lot less stressful to have it go up and down. And then once it eventually does go up and you're able to sell at a profit, then again, you bring it back on into the income column. Another concept that I want you guys to take away from this is this. Regardless if you're bringing the money in from your job, your cash flow column, or your capital gains column, you want it all to eventually end up in the cash flow column. Because that's the area where you're going to be provided with income to pay for your daily expenses. Too many people are making the mistake of trying to build up enough equity so that they could live off the principal at some eventual time in the future. The problem is, one, you don't know how long you're going to live. You don't know what problems are going to come along. And three, and arguably the most important one is, you don't know if the markets are even going to be working in your favor at the time when you're using it. So it's so much safer to use it in the cash flow column where you have an almost guaranteed, again, I don't like using the word guaranteed, but I'm just making a point. You have a much more likelihood of income flowing in regardless of which way the market goes. So that is why I recommend that you do not blow your money from the capital gains column on your daily expenses. You wait and turn that into cash flow, which can provide for you when your working days are over.